Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Hey, don't be chomping at my plant. Did I really have to go that much further over? I guess I had my own timeline. What? Timeline? Oh. And I forgot to fix you guys. You're still a little crooked. That's what it was. It kind of matched. Oh my goodness. I don't have it in me right this second. And hey, get out of there. Get out of there. Yeah, no. Thank you. That is not for you. You want some num-nums? Come on. Grandmeister? What is that? Grandmeister? Is it Grandmaster? Oh, I guess it could be both. Guess who's getting the water bottle ready, Max? Your mother. I see you hawking him. Wouldn't be a smart idea. Alright, I would love to fix that so it's not crooked. Good morning. But remember I was on members with you guys and I'm like, oh, all I gotta do is tweak that and then we're good to go. I mean, I got so many rocks behind me still. I could just, put some rocks over there, but it's not the point. It's not even. It's not even. All right. Yeah, that's that one plant I let you play in. So keep to your one plant. All right. I got a doctor's at 10, so I gotta leave at 9. I want to be in the shower by 8:30. So let's do this. You know me. Anything I'm like, oh, I want to kind of do this quick. It's just not a thing. And I can't find my freaking coaster. And I packed the other 3 away so they didn't get ruined. And I left myself high and dry. No. High and dry? Grandmeister? High and dry? What is coming out for you guys? Look, I found my porcupine quill in that box up here where I had all my other ones. Where I had like the other rocks and stuff. Where I tried to find it that day and I couldn't. So I want to turn on the other light. Let me just see if because remember when I was on members I did wow, you guys still have some light. I mean, I don't, but it's the one on the ceiling. Oh, you can see my shadow with this glass. Oh, so now you can just see my flowers in the plant lights that aren't on. What the fuck? There's nowhere in my fucking room where the light doesn't fucking glow. Bounce off of this, and now it's probably even worse because it's fucking glass. Oh my gosh, I know it's cold. I woke up this morning being like, do I really have to put my heat on low? But I just don't want to do that. I just don't want to get stuffy, guys. I just don't want to. What was it last night? It had to have been pretty fucking chilly. We have low 50s, 48 one night. But it max Friday and Saturday is still going to be, Thursday, Friday, Saturday is going to be 80, 84, 81, and at night 51, 55, 59. So it's still too early for that. It's just mornings like this where it's like, fucking damn. All right, well, really, Max? Yeah, I don't want to turn mine on either. I'll deal. I'll put pants and socks. I'm good, you know? Good morning. But, when I start using the heat, it get real stuffy. So, all right. So this is annoying. I feel like you guys were actually better off with these ones. I feel like I need like a canopy or something over me. Big umbrella. Or, you know what might work is, oh, was it actually better with that on? No. Is it better with both of them on? I mean, I'm not going to get rid of the plant light situation. You know what? We'll leave them on because the cards are going to go over the plant lights. But I wanted to show you some of my rocks. Well, you can't really see like that, and I added seashells. But she's one of my favorites. If you zoom in, she's smiling. These are my rocks with the faces on them, but some of them tipped over, so they're hard to see, and I have them kind of everywhere. I just decided to, all these rocks I've collected myself, except for this one and this one, which is the same rock. It is a rock, but I didn't collect it. Like, it's not one I got at the river. And I've been collecting rocks for, gosh, probably since I was a kid. Kind of feel bad taking them sometimes, but they have purpose to me. You know, I definitely want to do like a pond. I still have boxes in storage. But every rock I have, there's a purpose behind it. Like that one looks like New Hampshire, and it's actually a quartz. And I got some coral back here. And I always thought this rock was cool. Do you see I don't want to move the camera. You see the purple on it? So when the kids go away, I usually ask for sand. Alana did bring me home a couple shells last year instead of rocks. But she got on the beach for free. And then I have my driftwood in there. It's got the perfect little spiral. And then I got another piece of driftwood here that you can't see. I don't want to move the camera. But I couldn't find my rocks that had... Oh, there's a yellow one with the brown spot, and I got another perfect yellow one there. And I hardly ever find those ones. Not yellow, white. And my first little baby sand dollar that I found, it was just a baby. So all of them have meaning to me. And again, I want to do like an outdoor. That one looks like an arrowhead. I got ones that look like hearts. That one I can't really see up there because that's in the way too. Another one right there. I have like 3 of them like that. Some of my favorites are those ones, like right there with all the stripes in them. Or just like one singular line. So, I told you guys I'd get to this one day. I almost wanted to do a design. I'll end up taking that picture out eventually, but right now, it was like, it's one of my favorites. It's like, you can't fuck with me if you wanted to. What was that song? This was the elephant I always showed you guys when, especially when that song came out. It's literally one of my favorite photos of elephants, besides the one behind my head that's massive. But something about shoes, maybe? It was years ago. It was when I was still living in the condo. So I just thought it needed to make another appearance. I wasn't going to put shells in, but I kept looking at them for the last couple days. And like these ones up here, I can't, like that one, I got a face right there. This tiny little one, if you blow your phone up, has the tiniest little, this one always reminded me of an alien, but I have so many rocks, and I have some with runes on it, like natural runes. Like, I don't know if people caved them or if that's how old they really are. I didn't come across those. I just thought that one was cute. I picked that one up, but look at that little buddy. Does he not look adorable? I mean, come on, how can you not love him? And that one, this one always had a creepy face to me, but it tipped over. But I grabbed it anyway. I think my friend Marsha, I think it was Marsha, and she was like, "You really bringing that one home?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm really doing it." It does have a creepy little face. It tipped over, though. I'll have to show you another day. But this one is my favorite because she just has the best smile. So, a frog. That's funny. Yeah, whatever you see in them. I haven't found any faces in a long time, which I'm surprised because I usually find faces. It was like 2 years in a row that I was finding faces. But the ones I have, like, people would just think it would look like a scratch in a rock. But I know what runes look like, and I have 2 of them. And they're the symbols of runes. So, again, I don't know what I did with them, but... And I do have a fossilized shell, like in there is fossilized. It's not that one. That's a shark tooth I found and put nail polish over it so it didn't fall apart when I was younger. It stayed. But, is that one? No. I don't know where it is. It's very cool, though. Alana brought me that one home from Florida. I don't quite know where it is, but that big seashell. Where did this one come from? I found it. I don't know if we were in the... No, it wasn't the Dominican trip. I think it was Turks and Caicos. And that one that still holds its color, which I think is very pretty. And I'm not big on shells. I'm surprised I even have this many. They usually come from my children. But a lot of them I found over the years that I meant to give to the kids and probably never did. But that one's got some light colors to it. And I found this green one in the woods, which I thought was weird because you don't usually find these around here. But anyway, anywho, they're here for you to admire. And then eventually I'll take the picture out and put some more on. Eventually what I want to do is lay them all out perfectly, which is going to take a while and maybe designs. And then I actually want to do, well, originally I thought I was going to do like the goo, whatever that's called, but I don't really want to ruin them with goo either. Because some of my big ones, and I got bigger ones, are, and I have my foot back, are Ario Speedwagon. I took my foot out. Ooh, lights flinched. But this beauty right here, it's like a door stopper. It looks like a foot. Does it not? It really does. And then I found a mini one this year at the river. And it's not quite as perfect, but I was like, oh, a little mini foot. So I don't know if I'll ever find another one of these. It was just like such a perfect find. And it's been my favorite ever since. And it's a perfect little door stopper, too. All right, let's do this, Brutus. Yeah, and these two fell. Maybe Spirit didn't want you seeing the ones that looked creepy. I contemplated putting it out or not, but I got it anyway because I think it was my first rock I found with the face. And it is a creepy. It is creepy, I'm not going to lie. So Spirit was like, yeah, we're just going to flip that over. They're not trying to creep you out, but she's my favorite. Oh, all of them are like my favorites, guys. Let's get real, they're rocks. But again, that big one looks like an arrowhead, but you can't see because of the light. But I've never found an arrowhead now that we're talking about it. Where is it? Oh, that glare is bad. It's like I can't even find it on the table. There it is. You can't even see the cut in it. I don't know why. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I'm going to have to do something about the light situation. But it goes down like that into a perfect dome, a perfect arrow. I just saw this little guy again. He makes me happy. If it makes you happy. And he's just adorable. Just adorable. I haven't found a face rock in a while. It's been a couple years, guys. I'm not gonna lie, it's disappointing. Those are some of my favorites. Crikey, it's a face on your rock. Yeah, sure is. I have like 7 of them. Majority of them are small. But when I found her, I'm like, wow. And what I love about it is whether somebody put that one there, I don't think people painted them on through them. You know, there's all sorts of rocks like that. It's just a matter if you really look at rocks. But she's my favorite. She doesn't have the other side of the mouth. It's kind of like one of those mustaches that go up and you twirl it. She doesn't have the other side of it, but she makes me happy. And when I was pulling these rocks out, I put up my sun and moon over my bed. And I'm like, yep, it makes me happy. I'm just doing things that make me happy. That's for sure. So she is hanging above my bed now. Yeah. So it looked better for you guys when, and I'll fix the crookedness later today, but it did look better for you guys with the lights off, but it was still dark over here for me. And I've tried so many little things over here. So what you would find creepy would be that rock that Spirit decided to turn over. Because you can move this and nothing will move it. All right, current energy, give or take 2 days. So when I say current energy, it can really be 6 days. Like I have started 2 days ago, and then it's gonna, and if it hasn't hit you, happy, good, whatever it is gonna hit you within the next 2 days, and then you gotta give it a day or two. It's almost like full moons, new moons. Well, new moons, full. Those are more potent, obviously, but. And full moons can affect me up to a week, not gonna lie. So scratch the fact that I said full moon, new moon. And I think when Spirit's like 72 hours, it's probably 72 hours, but I always want to say give it take a day or two. Just seems more realistic. Max, are you seriously trying to do that shit again? Cut the shit. Oh, he made it under my bed. You little fucker. Cut the shit. I'm dead fucking serious. I'm done with this. Stop. I'm gonna have to move. Max likes playing with papers and digging papers out. And there's one bin under there that's like a wicker basket, and he manages to pull that out. Hi, peanut butter. Come see mama. Come see mama. Which is really annoying because then he just tries to get all the paper out. Hi, come to mama. Papa, give me a kiss. Whenever I say it like the video, he comes running. All right. I actually just thought about palm trees when I looked at this, and this doesn't even look like a palm tree. It actually looks like weed, but it's just a money tree. Well, not just a money tree. It's a beautiful tree. I love anything trees. Anything with a tree. And I still want my little tangerine tree, even if tangerines don't grow from it. Because it's a tree, you know? But some of the funkiest plants I have are my favorites. Like, for the longest time, my mother-in-law gave me this one. And I only have like 3 or 4. But this is everyone's like, this is the craziest tree. A lot of people don't like it. Goes up like that, and then it has leaves. And she would say, does have leaves at the tip. Not that one, but it twirls everywhere. But it's actually, it's my favorite. The weirdest freaking plants are my favorite. I like the misfits. But I found out it's actually a desert rose. Images of a desert rose. And she says it's only bloomed a couple flowers here and there, and it hasn't since then. Oh, this is actually bringing up different pictures. All right, I'm gonna have to go into my plant thing. Because I want to show you desert rose. So you can twine them all together like that. Ooh, be gentle, buddy. Hey, gentle, I said. Hey, gentle. So mine does kind of shoot off like that, and it does have a stem like that. But I don't, and those are the right flowers in the stem, but mine doesn't flower like this. And it doesn't flower like that. My stems are kind of like that, but that looks woody. Anywho, I just absolutely love it, and I can't wait for the day it blooms. I don't know if it's going to bloom again. Oh my God, that's so funny. It looks like a little bum. But yeah. See, her stems look different. So I think I just have a different version of it, and I only get like 4 flowers to each limb. No, 3 flowers to each limb. Well, maybe it is 4. That one has 4, and it's just starting. Max, what did I say? Get the fuck out of there. Thank you. So yeah, mine's more like that. But it has to be a different kind because, all right, this is like mine exactly. 3 leaves, 4 leaves. So, like I said, my mother-in-law gave it to me years ago, and she says it's only bloomed for her like once or twice. So, I mean, mine's still kicking, and we don't have the environment for it to be outside, you know? So, I got some pretty cool plants. I'm very picky about my plants. It's either a yay or an A. Right off the rip. If it's iffy, I pass it. And if I gotta go back to it, I pass it. Oh, there was one at Hannaford's the other day. Last story. There was one at Hannaford's the other day. Well, it's never a last story, right? But I went shopping with my mom. My mom actually went to the grocery store. She did bring her walker, but it was the first time she had been in like over a year for sure. Longer than that. 2 years. And it was exciting for her because she could pick out what she wanted, you know? We've been doing the shopping, my sister, me, and my dad, since she got diagnosed. Instantly, she was laid out with surgery. That's how we found out. But anyhow, I said, oh my God, look at this plant. And I think it was some type of elephant ear family. There's so many there's so many elephant ear species. I had no idea. But I was like, I don't need any of the plants, but it was so fucking cool. I've never come across it. And I was like, well, I'm coming back in a couple of days to get stuff for a Greek salad, so because I wanted everything fresh. And it was gone. I knew somebody would scoop it up. It was just, again, I've never seen anything like it. Same shape as my elephant ear plants, but it was almost like it came out, and it was like puffy, and it almost like looked and felt like a brain. And I kind of kicking myself in the ass not forgetting it. So current energy. So right now we're kind of looking at the last 2 days and the next 4. This came out on members a lot. 7 of Pentacles. Do I put olives? Yeah, Guatemala olives. Cucumber. I get a seedless cucumber, and I put all the cucumber in. And Guatemala olives, and then I do red onions, sometimes chopped really small. And then I do a rotisserie chicken and peel that up, and then feta. And I actually use the juice from the Guatemala olives. I mix that in with the feta before I dump it. So it's not juicy, but I mean, it just gives your salad an extra kick when you put on the Greek salad. Like, for those who really like olives, that's all you should try. It's yummy. And sometimes I just buy the mix of Guatemala and regular green onion with feta, and I throw that all in, but I always do an extra thing of feta too. I don't overdo feta, but that tiny little package that's like this size is not enough for a feta salad. Well, we're feeding 4 of us with the Greek salad. And for some reason, like that type of lettuce, romaine lettuce, I don't dress the whole thing. I just put on the toppings, but it remains fresh for at least 2 or 3 days in the fridge, and I can't really say that for any other salad I've had. Oh, 2 sevens. Oh, you guys had this too. Did you guys have all 3 of these? Did you have strength as well? Why do I keep getting pulled to you guys? Well, in the beginning of the read, I was getting pulled to you guys anyway because I wanted to talk about the diagnosis, but then I'm like, no, we'll do it for another day. And I don't think that's what this is here, but oh yeah, that's a new frequency. I'm loving it. That's a new one. That's funny because I was on with you guys the other day, and it was like a distress call, and that was members. So there is something with the members read. I'm not going to keep it from, I just said Google. I'm not going to keep it from YouTube. If it comes out, it comes out. I'm not going to be that person and be like, oh, you want to know what it is? Go watch members. But I am getting pulled to it. But we finally figured out, like, members in YouTube is different, which is great because that was my worry, that it wasn't going to be different. And I actually channeled different too. So I was happy that I was actually starting to pick up on that. If it makes you happy, what the hell are you so sad? Doesn't make any sense. Was it Members where it was good omen, bad omen? It was Members, right? I don't see that here, but peanut butter's vocal. Yeah, it's well, to me that's not talking. Talking is like us talking, but for birds that's talking, I guess. Peanut butter? You're loving that tinfoil. I know. It's probably the reflection. He picks at the table. He was pecking at it all night. Not all night. He goes into his house at bedtime because Max is a little fucking stalker and he's active at night. Happy. I wouldn't say sad, but with strength here. If it makes you happy. So is that like, is it like a metaphor? Not a metaphor, but like, why the hell are you so sad? Is it like about depression? Or not going after something? If it makes you happy, why the hell are you so sad? Meaning behind the song? Sheryl Crow. I just got pulled to crows. Ooh, wasn't that Crows and Ravens? Wasn't that? But it ended up being a grackle. That was Members, right? So all this stuff is coming out in different ways now. It could be feeling lost, feeling like an outsider, shifting, appreciating what you have. The song can be interpreted as appreciating what you had and realizing that the old companion emotions can enrich your happiness. Shifting, she found the song's meaning had changed while the online gigs to play a crew. And I'm getting pulled to like a shipping crew. Maybe that's what the China thing is, because I just got pulled to China. The song was originally written about a friend who died by suicide and the feeling of not knowing who you are anymore. Well, that just got deep. The song is about feeling like an outsider or unhinged, and that's something to be proud of, though. So, message in a bottle to capture the feeling of I don't even know who I am in my life anymore. If it makes you happy. 1996, her friend committed suicide, but during the pandemic, oh my god. Why? When my tongue with certain words, pandemic. Oh my lord, I know how to say that word. Anywho, she started doing an online corporate gigs to pay her crew and found the song's meaning had shifted. So, yeah, almost like after something huge too, like globally, the meaning of the song can change. So, I do feel like the depression, but not really. This feels more, and I wouldn't say like necessarily it's like your guards up because that kept coming out and it's the Seven of Wands, but I think this is more like a challenge than it is like a guard or protection. Yeah? Was you a little talking this morning? Are you talking to Mama? Give Mama a kiss. Come give Mama a kiss. Come on. Mwah. Come on. Good boy. Give me a kiss. Give me kisses. Give me a kiss. Come on. You flew up here for a kiss. Give me a kiss. Maybe somebody wants another kiss or a final kiss. I don't know, is it death here? But then I'm getting pulled to the band kiss. Mwah! One more kisses. One more kisses. One more kisses. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Bada. Are you going to sit on my shoulder? Thank you. I would appreciate it if you didn't clean my ear out, okay? Maybe somebody wants to say something to you. No, peanut butter, we're not doing that. You cannot have my coffee. You cannot have it. Yeah, if it makes you happy, why the hell are you so sad? So, I'm surprised I didn't look up the meaning. But I think this is something like you would have to interpret yourself, because it's one of those songs. And I say that to everybody all the time with music. It's how you interpret it. It's how you research something. It's what an animal means to you. Like, so that's kind of what's going on here. Yeah, I'm watching you. Not that plant. Not that plant. Hey, no. Thank you. You got one plant I let you play in. It's over there. Okay? Yeah, it's over there. Sorry for the interruption. But I just heard pardon the interruption. Sports. Newscast and where are we going with this one? Because this feels more of like either anger or maybe a challenge. But then it feels more extreme over here. It's like, okay, I'm going to put some time into this. So it's like you're focused. You could even be focused on 7 things, but you're not making something a priority. Or this could be you invested a little bit with strength being here, and then you put your guard up or angry. So this is the 3rd time this 7 of Wands has come up with different meanings. Like I feel like it's been 3 days in a row. There was one on members, I think one on YouTube, and now YouTube again. And each one is telling me something different. That's why when I say I could do daily reads, I can do week 2 3 times. It will be different for everybody, and it will have a different meaning for everybody. Sometimes I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. It just feels like I'm rambling, but it makes complete sense to you guys. Don't you dare jump in that. If it makes you happy, why the hell are you so sad? I guess I'm going to have to look up the lyrics to that. But again, it's your interpretation. All right, I'm not crazy about this because now you have the 5 of Swords. But I don't see that as anger either. Page of Swords, someone could be watching you. I don't know if somebody's plotting something. I don't even think like that's revenge. I kind of feel like that's hopeless energy, and I don't think I really get hopeless with the 5 of Swords. And sometimes it could be a win. And I don't think it's manipulation or ego. This feels more like put your hands up, like defeated. But in a bad way. This is Thank you. I'm telling you, buddy, I'm not dealing with this. scratch it. I almost just lifted those all up. Peanut butter. Oh, you are one of a kind today. You are. You've been loving being part of these meetings and just causing havoc, huh? He's been very up my butt the last 3 days, and I don't mind. It's like a little dog following me around the house. But I know when he clicks on the computer like that, you guys can hear it. It's got to be annoying, so I'm going to have to like double pad that. Ooh, double padding like a psych ward. If it makes you happy, why the hell are you so sad? Lyrics. And again, crows. But some people say it's a sign of death. And we went through that the other day with good omen, bad omen. Put a poncho on and played. Hey, Max! Max! Seriously? No. He's not a freaking toy. Come see Mama. You okay? Not a toy. He is family. Cut the shit. Take a breath, buddy. I'm so sorry. Max actually swatted him there. But Max, seriously, like, he wants to play. Like, he wasn't hurt. He's not hurt, which is great. He doesn't use his claws. But he freaks out Peanut Butter. But Peanut Butter was fucking with him for a couple weeks, too, in regards to, like, haha, you can't get me. But Peanut Butter right then was caught off guard. So, again, good thing he's not using his claws because he certainly could. And lately, it's just been like Max has been stalking him for like 2 weeks. And again, if Peanut Butter's on the floor, Max doesn't have a chance. But Peanut Butter was just on my bed in his little toy box over there. But I mean, they don't even kill mice. But that's not the point. So maybe there is something with death. I would hope not suicide, but like, it's like you just feel like, I don't know. And then I was going to mention what I was diagnosed with, and 67% of people, they get to a certain stage and they commit suicide. They can no longer live with the pain. I can't see you. Derail your own train. We've been far, far away from here. Put a poncho and played for the mosquitoes. You put a poncho on and played for the mosquitoes. Well, okay, we get along. So what if right now everything's wrong? Okay, so I could see how, like, someone commits suicide and you do kind of lose yourself for a little while. But I feel like this is saying stay strong. Karma could be hitting you all at once. It could just be like very overwhelming energy, which was nice. Last week that I had so much to do in doctors, and I knew it was going to kind of be like overwhelming. I was kind of telling myself, don't get overwhelmed. But I can't handle that energy anymore, being overwhelmed. So I feel like somebody has gotten themselves to that point. But I don't see, like, if that's the case, it feels more like depressive energy. But ready to battle too, like opposites, opposing, which can fuck with the brain. So it doesn't even have to be about death. It could be something you're just reminiscing about. You're missing somebody who passed away. It doesn't have to be necessarily suicide, but then it's also talking about the pandemic. But wow, I was like, my tongue's gonna work right now. I literally just said that in my head. Pandemic. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to have my tongue back. I just heard thank you, Joseph. Damien. I don't know if there's somebody lost a Joseph with this strength card. Jose. Helios. Kimberly. Play that song. Turn the music on. We're gonna play that. I can't get the lyrics right. But the Page of Swords is here. This drives the one deck. I got one fucking deck here, and I get one misfit card. I'm telling you, I love the things that are like misfits, little misfits. I meant to tell you guys during the winter, well, even in the summer, I don't know why I wanted to tell you guys, and I think a lot of people don't know it, but a lot of people just water their plants with cold water. You don't even think about it. That can actually put them in the shock. I always do cold and warm, cold and hot together, so you get like a room temperature. So in the winter, though, don't do it as warm, but still add a little heat to the water, but not enough to shock the plants. And again, I just felt the need to tell you that when I was watering my plants yesterday. So again, a lot of people just do cold water, and it's not good for your plants. It's not that it's not good. It's you're stunting growth, and you're kind of shocking it a little bit because it adjusts to room temperature. So I noticed a lot of my plants yesterday, they were like frigid. So I added a little more warm water, but more cool than anything. And for some reason, I got pulled to you guys. Like Spirit wanted me to tell you guys that. So I don't know if like it doesn't like plants out in this read, but I do remember Spirit being like, remember that. I told myself to remember that. And we were talking about the plants earlier, and I forgot to tell you, but it just came up here. So, and it was so random. Maybe you're a misfit. Maybe you look at yourself as a loner. You know, I'm not really sure. But that's not the way somebody's looking at something as like you're a loner. Like that's not really beneficial. And I almost said that here too. It's like what priorities. I haven't thought about this person in a long time, but I hit him up a couple times to just say hi, like what's going on. And then he hit me back up like a day or two later and was like, oh, I'm just so busy with work and it's just chaotic. Don't take it personally. But then I took it personally. But I didn't get mad over it. I was just like, okay, that's the response you had for me. But I'm not a priority. And there is some priorities. So somebody is doing like, would just be focusing on work and not the household. Just be focused on work and not the garden. Just focused on work. Maybe these energies that just work. I mean, need plants, but why would they want plants when all they do is fucking work? So there is something like work. But this is like mental health, there's something going on here with like where you're investing. It's about to drain the fuck out of you. Max, can I have a kiss? And I don't want you in there. Give me a kiss. I don't want you doing that again, okay? I don't want you doing that again. All right? I love you. But that's no. It's a peanut butter. Okay? He's your friend. No use claws, okay? No use claws, and I don't want you in here. That is not your water. Maybe like reprimanding. Oh fuck, dear Lord. Make sure when you do that with animals, you always go back and you talk to them nicely, because cats are the number one animal that will hold grudges, and it psychologically fucks with them. So, and I didn't learn that till like a year or two ago, believe it or not. And I have cats my whole life. And cats hold grudges, and it does mentally fuck with them. And it's a known fact. If you go back, there's like a space in here. If you go back to talk to them, not like you would like, oh, good boy, you know what I mean? Not like give them like all sorts of lovins, but you're supposed to pat them, let them know that what they did was wrong, but talk to them nicely, because cats, once you do something like that, if you spank them, and I spanked him, the water he knows is a no. That doesn't faze him anymore. But when you spank a cat, always go back and apologize. So I don't know if there's a cat here that is all over the place, and not lack of attention, just you must be disconnected to a cat right now, for those who have cats. If that's your case, if you feel a disconnect, that would be why. If you've recently scolded him, well, I wouldn't say scolding, like physically spanked. Like I physically spank his bum. But you do have to go back as if it was like a child and explain. Right? You wouldn't just spank a child and then sweep it under the rug and not tell them what they did wrong. So, again, I've had cats my whole life, and I just learned that at like 45 years old. Okay? So, again, with the plants, you've had plants your whole life, and you've probably been giving them cold water. But some of you, I'm sure, knew. But so there's something here. It must like different outlook, or, and I'm not even saying like I'm sorry, like if it's a person, an apology, because I don't even see like an apology here. It's just someone is just consumed with other energy, so you just kind of, maybe you did block it here, because I don't even look at it as a challenge. The challenge would be like a mental thing. But the story I'm talking about now would seem more of like an excuse, or, you know, this person's just out to get me. They just want to play games. Are they fucking with you? Just rescued more kittens because Mama's spray cat brought them to my step because it was raining and windy. Aww. Yeah, Kaden said, are we ever going to get a new cat? I said when Kessel died, we probably would, but I can't bring another one into this now, but I do want a Maine Coon. And I typically would just take any cat. But it's like a Sphinx. You either want one or you don't, you know. A Blue Russians, I can't stress it enough, one of the best cats I've ever owned. Different qualities. But they say Blue Russians are like that. Sphinx, probably one of my favorites. but I've just been getting a vibe of a Maine Coon. And I think it's because Max is so rambunctious, and I know he's got that for years and years and years, because literally I feel like he was meant for me. Like I know he connects with realms. It's obvious. He stares, he flips his head over, he meows at the ceiling, like, and he's the only cat that's ever done that. So a Maine Coon is big in size, so they can rough around, Not to control Max or Tower Max. I just need a cat that can handle it. I could never get a Sphynx. Like, I gave Nyla away, and it killed me and broke my heart. But both cats were scratching her, and she's got no fur, so she had scratches, at least a new scratch every day, and I kept having to put Neosporin. It was brutal, and it was like for 3 weeks straight, even when I was trying to protect her. And I couldn't anymore, so my sister took her. She got a lot of love from my sister. She loves Sphinxes as well. So, and ironically enough, she had Ziggy, and he was part Maine Coon. So there might be something about a Maine Coon cat here. I've never done my research on them. I need somebody that can match Max. And if, I just got Ferocious Beast, but Maggie and the Ferocious Beast. So like friendly, like nothing to be worried about, so it's not about a Maine Coon towering over him. It's just somebody that can handle his energy, and it needs to be from a kitten. So there's got to be something here with the cats going on, guys. So maybe you need to talk to your cat. Hi, Bada. He's on my head. Hi. Give mommy a kiss. Give me a kiss. Mwah. Give me a kiss. Mwah. Okay. You want to play in your plant instead? If it makes you happy, why the hell are you so sad? So something's lacking in someone's life. It's because their main focus is one thing right now. And there's probably 7 different things that could be going on, or there's 6 other things that need your energy, but you only focused on one. So there's 6 other things. Maybe it's just stuff you're doing around the house, or you got a to-do list before. I started already winterizing last weekend. So did my parents, my dad. I moved everything away from the registers. I still have to vacuum in them, and wash them down. But we've already started preparing. I started preparing the greenhouse. I'm winterizing it for the first time. It's plastic, but it's thick. But I put glass windows in the inside, top on the outside. Make sure none of the plants are touching. And I'm going to put plastic wrap over the grates, so it doesn't get too humid in there either. So, and the reads too lately for you guys, I can't remember which is which now, but like, it's like taking your happy away. Because maybe you feel like you're lost, or maybe you just want to mourn, but like, this is also saying like, you still got to live your life and different factors of your life. You can't just be focused on one right now, because some of you too, like, you have to have strength. This 5 of Swords, I don't think it's mental manipulation. I honestly feel like for some of you, unfortunately, it could be like revenge, or taking your own life and feeling defeated here. It just must be the energy, because it's been coming in off and on for a couple months. And it usually comes in around summer for us. But I forget what month has more suicides. came across something the other day with suicides too. What month has the most suicides? April and May. See, I've known a couple people that have attempted, and it's been summer. The two of them were right around summer, end of summer. But spring, huh? The lowest suicide rates is winter, which I do find very odd. So maybe people are just really depressed in the winter, and then spring comes along. I don't know if they feel left out. Their guard is up. On one particular day, guys, New Year's Day, 17.6 suicides per day. New Year's Day was the highest in suicide rate. Christmas Day was the day of the lowest. But the average is still 9.2 suicides a day. And what I got diagnosed with, I'm only stage 1, but when you get to stage 3 or 4, that's when 67 people commit suicide. 67% that have this disease commit suicide because they can't handle the pain. And it deteriorates your body. So we'll talk about that another day. I was on members, and I thought about even like opening another channel about current with health, and discussing what like I'm going through, because again, not a coincidence that that's all happened to me. So this does feel like karmic in a way, like me getting in that accident and 9 months later everything that's coming into play, like that's still my destiny. I was meant to live that out. I was meant to deal with it. I was meant to teach others, so now Spirit is giving me a clear path to go another route. And I thought I'd really just switch it over to dollars, but they're saying no. They wanted me to have another channel. So there's multiple things for you to do or create here. And some of you, it could be a love life. Others of you, it could be you're not putting enough work into it because of your mental health. It's just whatever this is for you. Something like, I just heard high. Something's high this week. Like high in the sense of voltage is what I'm hearing. So that could be watching TV, or that could be, the government shooting more energy into something this week for some reason. So maybe do what I do. Plants make me happy. Like that's my favorite tapestry. It will always be my favorite. And I have other ones that I love, but nothing will ever compare. Nothing will compare to you. Why is Spirit not giving me my tune back either? That's been at least 2 weeks now. That Spirit won't let me sing it the right way. But they let me sing, if it makes you happy, why the hell are you so sad? I'm shocked, actually. Because even you guys had to have picked up on that. It's like I don't have my own tongue. My brain and my tongue, it just won't, it's changed. Something clearly is changing within me as well, slowly. So this could be something mechanical. It could even be like upgrades or DNA activations. And it's not just always overnight. Spirit, when they do stuff like that, they tweak it very slowly. They can't have you lose who you are. You might feel off, but especially if you're a parent or a leader or, anything that, gives you purpose, the transition is not overnight. They got to be super careful, like stealth mode, I just heard. So precise and when it's happening too. Maybe every 5 days and then every 7 days. Every 5 days, 7 days. Every 7 days, every 5 days. Something like that. But it's 77, so I will tell you that there's definitely something going on here. I wouldn't say that's out of your hands. You still have energy here that's within your own reach, but something going on around here. They only let me sing when it's, I guess, quite a clear message for you. So I wouldn't say you're missing something here, but oh, that looks like a troublemaker. But it's also like happy-go-lucky, could be obnoxious. The world at the bottom of the deck. All right, that card just came out and it just fucked with my eyes, my head, my third eye. It just activated my third eye. So there's a message here, and it's probably everything I'm just saying to you guys. I just switched and saw justice. I've been holding the deck upside down. Doesn't slide very easily on glass. I just saw the elephant, and I'm telling you, that was, whoa. This card so just activated my third eye. But again, the same message from the beginning. I forget, something dollar shoes, sand shoes. God, I forget who sung it. I don't think it's Nicki Minaj. But it was definitely a hit song when it was going on. And because I used to show you this picture, and it's like just like this song, you can't fuck with me if you wanted to. So there's got to be something in her lyrics that she sings. And I am getting to being pulled to like the dollar store, the DM song, but it's not that song, but it might be the same singer. He's already in my DM. Who sings that? Blue collar. Somebody here might have a blue collar job. These two faces are really throwing me off here. Could have somebody here like psychological issues, like intentional, but then that one's strong. Again, I don't know if it's karma. Everyone's on the path to their destiny right now. A lot of shifts, people fighting change. You can't fight it, good or bad. You just cannot fight it. And I'm getting pulled to the crow again. But it's like having a bad rep. And the grackles, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it's again like they don't give them a bad rep like they do with a Sterling, but they're just as invasive and just as intelligent. So, like the Page of Wands is usually like a fun message, a good message, exciting, adventurous, feel good energies. But it's actually pulling me to the little skull rock that I told you that Spirit tipped over, and I made sure they were all perfect. And I really was like iffy about putting that out for you guys because it is kind of creepy. But got to work with the dark and light, right? But it almost like is a vibe like that. It's like, all right, are you good or bad? But it's not about good or bad, happy, sad, up and down. It's inwards, outwards, like you got to get through the storm. So there's definitely it must be, I didn't even put that together, guys. Like we must be going through a very challenging transit because I only pulled him out for you guys when it was like I needed to motivate us, that type of energy. And there was challenges. But whatever it is you can get through, it's your mindset. Like I told you, even my dad's been off. He's been frustrated with me, ignoring me. And then the other day I went upstairs and I was just so overwhelmed talking to my mom and I started crying. And then, my dad came downstairs. He's like, I'm sorry I made you cry. I'm like, you didn't make me cry. You triggered me because he had to get to something under the porch. And I know I told members, but it must be relevant for YouTube. He had to get something out of the porch, the air pressure, water pressure thing. And I had just taken down Sheldon's and Moses' enclosure. And I left it on the side and I meant to get back to it. And then I think it was Friday. I had a lot to do and I literally felt bad. And I almost told my parents, like, I'm working on the backyard, like slowly and surely, like I'm in a lot of pain. I can't finish right now. And I didn't, and I should have, because my intuition was already telling me it could backfire. But I kept telling myself, I'll get to it the next day. And then I didn't. I was getting stuff situated in my house. Like ever since me and Mia rearranged this bedroom, I'm still doing something every day, guys. Like it's challenging. Like this. So anyhow, I felt bad because I knew it was out there and I couldn't quite get to it. So I was like, all right, Court, you got to get to it before my dad has to like get there. And I thought I was good because he had just mowed the lawn, all that stuff. So I feel like I would have had a few days, but I didn't even tell him that. Like when he was outside, he flipped all my stuff everywhere. I was swearing, I got to get under here. This is bullshit. But like just swearing to himself. So I just said it triggered me. It's not what you did. It's the fact that I didn't tell you what I should have told you, but then my mom, she tends to do that. Like you made her cry. Like I've been noticing that lately. Like he didn't make me cry. I was sad because I didn't get to it in time. There's a big difference because I knew that would be the outcome. But I was extremely overwhelmed and I was crying for like a half hour upstairs. And the first thing I said was that, but that's what triggered me. And just like little things that's going on in my body, like it's taking away from my daily life. And it has been. And it's almost like I didn't want to see it. But it's affecting my driving. More than a half hour, my wrist hurts, my ankles hurt. My hip hurts, my back hurts. And then the next day I'm sore. My knees hurt. Sharp pains in my face. Debilitating like pains. Like you got to shut your eyes and like pull over. Like I don't know if it's coming dangerous for me to drive. But I'm not going to stop driving unless I have to. So I didn't realize I was so overwhelmed, but I think I was just so overwhelmed because I keep getting diagnosis after another because everything's just catching up now, that I knew in my brain it was going to take time to heal. But as soon as the doctor said you might have to live with it your whole life, I was like, hell no. I started bawling. I was like, no, I'm too young for this. It's not a thing. Don't say that again. So it's almost like denial. I still don't want to accept certain things, but I have to. And I'll get to it. I'm just not ready yet. So that could be an example of something that goes down for you guys, just like in a different way. You meant to move something, but you've been so busy and it's not about pain. It's just been busy. And then somebody gets hurt. There's a nail in the deck and you forgot to nail it back down. And somebody gets hurt and you feel bad. But I think somebody could be like blaming you too right now. And it's like, whatever this is, it's not a blame game. It would be somebody else. But it's not you doing some type of intentional blame, if that makes sense. A lot of people are suffering with illness right now. I'm sure. And, people want to do the whole COVID vaccination again. It's that time of year, flu shot, people are getting sick, COVID's back around. I really hope that message I gave you, prediction with the birds, and that was another members one that I meant to talk about on YouTube. And then the next day, the EEE came out and killed somebody a couple towns over from me. And I'm still hoping that's not what kills thousands. But we are at the peak mosquitoes real soon. September, October is the peak of mosquitoes. And I just kind of feel bad for all those parents, kids playing soccer. It sucks to kind of be paranoid. Like, it's almost worse than COVID. Your kid can get bit by a mosquito and die. And I've said to you guys before, I think before COVID, when I also predicted that virus, but again, it's a message. I want to make that real clear. I also said to you guys, within a few years, there's going to be something else that picks up and it's going to be worse. And then there's going to be another about 10 years down the road for your children, where if your body is not healthy, you're going to get attacked. That is the only way out of it. Not a vaccine, what you feed your body. But I actually feel like that's a message for some of you now. And I don't think it's too late. It's just the start. And I just got drawn to a doorbell. So I don't know if that's like a message, like a big message for some of you. Like, this is just the start. You have to push through whatever this is. You can't feel bad for yourself. You can't ignore it. And we got two different energies. We can have people that think, life is great, but they're only focused on one thing. They're not incorporating fun into their life. And that was a big thing in a read we did already. I think it was Weekend Energy. Some of you, it's like, it's very clear, and you see that with other people, and it's just work, and they could stop and have fun and they don't, which is kind of like it's too bad. It's unfortunate because your life has purpose and value. But how it came in the other day was like, it was your mental health stopping you from putting a smile on your face, which is different than the other one. Hi, peanut butter. All right, I'm going to run to the bathroom, but it feels like I wanted to continue to read. Like, I'm not sure if I have to pee or not, which is odd. But like, I'm drawing a blank, so maybe it's just the energy of walking away for a minute. Yeah, let me try to pee real quick. And I gotta grab something for peanut butter. Hey, baby boy, want to go in the bathroom with me so you don't get attacked? Want to come? Want to come in here with me? I can't leave the door open. People will hear me tinkle. You coming? All right, watch your back. Funny, I thought I didn't have to pee. And I peed like a freaking racehorse. So I think it just needed to be a bathroom thought. Or I wouldn't say be careful with your bladder, but I didn't have the sensation to pee like that, guys. So I'm actually really surprised I did. But then I heard the song It's Friday Night and they're playing our song. So basically this is saying like if somebody invites you to do something or hang out, you might want to. Like you have to get out of the house. Like, and that came in strong, I think a couple weeks ago where I was telling you like even a dating site, but you have no interest, or read a book, because what I'm getting is that I got pulled to my feathers, that we're going to have a strong fucking wind come in, and not a strong wind. Well, I guess so. And it could feel like unbearable. So, hi, baby boy. Hi, baby boy. Why is this napkin here and it's all crunchy? You need a napkin? You need something to walk on? Make you feel better? Go ahead. So, again, like there's this energy coming towards us, guys. My hands are freezing. This has been a new thing too. I was making meatballs and I had to stop and take my gloves off because my fingertips were freezing. So heat sensitivity, cold sensitivity is really affecting my hands. So I'm not happy that winter is on its way. So I think this is a sign like you have to get out of this energy before winter, because winter can become worse, but it's here and now. This is current, right? So again, we're going to get a strong surge of energy in the next couple weeks. I don't know when the full moon is, and I don't think this is about the full moon. It's just a strong surge of energy coming in. So you like pecking at that? You want to play with it? Look it. It even lifts open. See? Whee! Yeah. Give you something to play with. So again, a strong surge of energy is coming in. And if there's already mental health things going on, but again, like this is not the energy. This is where when people want to sweep things under the rug, this is where it gets pulled from you. And I told you guys within the last couple of weeks, there's certain energies that you cannot compete with and you can't run from. So if you try to avoid, maybe they're going to take your money away. Maybe they're going to take your sanity away. Maybe they're going to try to block you from something. Like you need to get stronger here. Like this could be spirit even mentally fucking with somebody. Tell me about the Seven of Pentacles. But again, like I this is relevant. I don't know how to make it make sense for you guys, but like I didn't even feel like I had to pee. And then I peed like a fucking racehorse. I don't know what type of message that is. Like, I don't know, is that bladder? Like, or you're ignoring it. You're so busy doing something that you're waiting to go to the bathroom until it gets to like the point where you can't hold it anymore. Careful, you might get a bladder infection. And I feel that energy for like a guy. Work. Or even like kids in school, like shoot, teacher wouldn't let me go to the bathroom in the middle of a test. Like when they say pee beforehand, but you don't have to go. So I don't know why the bladder is coming into play here. Maybe you want to just start drinking a little cranberry juice or eating cranberries because something's coming. Something's going on around here. Something with the bladder. What part of the bladder is connected to in the body? I said that wrong. I don't know if it would pick up on it. Uterus, urethra, hollow muscle, triangle. No. Okay, so the bladder receives sensory and motor supply from the sympathetic, and sympathetic nervous system. Nerves carry messages to the bladder and spinal cord to the brain, telling the bladder muscles to tighten or release. So again, back to the brain. So there could be the nervous system is off, and with my whole diagnosis, like my nervous system is off. Not my nervous system. My my nervous system. It's like wacky. It's still been wacky because it never got fixed from the beginning, so the damage is already there. And there's nothing you can do for that. It's more like a mental thing. Sensitivity, like people pee a lot. Like every time I had coffee, it was constant. I had to pee like 3 or 4 times. People actually train their bladder. So again, maybe you just got to train the brain, because I thought it was really weird that Spirit told me to just go pee, maybe a bathroom thought, and it came in like 3 times, and it's like I don't even have to pee. So it was a bathroom thought. It's so crazy that I have those with you guys. It became a thing, bathroom thoughts. I should be journaling all my bathroom thoughts. Apparently I can fucking concentrate in the bathroom. I might as well put a fucking recliner in there and a plant in the window. I would if I had room. Be a nice quiet spot, you know? So it's your nervous system. And the nervous system really seriously controls everything. But again, your brain. So just be prepared for the next couple weeks. There's a strong surge of energy coming in. And again, like that song came in. It's Friday night and they're playing a song, something. So that's like a motivated song, right? So like if somebody invites you to go somewhere, take it. If like you have to get out of the house, some of you guys. You have to have more fun. Others, I keep getting just karma, like karma's knocking at people's door. But listen, you can get through it. It's karma, it's consequences, it's your path. Like it's not like haha, it's just repercussions of past choices. And you could have people here that are just like rock bottom and certain things are getting the best of you, and it just is exhausting. It's like, you can't commit suicide because maybe you have other kids and you'd want to commit suicide. And we've had this conversation. The only time I'd ever commit suicide, and you know what? Mia mentioned it last night. So this is a big meaning, a big message. Because if the only way I'd commit suicide, like say somebody murdered my child or, did something or a child died. If I didn't have other children to live for, I don't know how I'd get through it. I'm not saying I would automatically commit suicide if I had no other children, and I'd probably kill a motherfucker as he walks into court and then shoot myself real quick. so I didn't end up in prison. So there could be some type of revenge here, like I said, because I would be that parent. Someone chopped my kid up. Damn right I'm taking that fucking person out. First chance I fucking have. And then I'd probably kill myself because I don't want to spend my life in jail. So, but Mia came down yesterday, and what'd she say? She talked about, it wasn't suicide. She said something about like, your plants, you're always going to have these plants. If they die, you're always going to have these plants for the rest of your life. And when you die, we're going to have to like, you're going to have to inherit your plants like the tortoises or something. But then I was like, no, a majority of all of these are going to die. The longest ones I have lifespan would be like maybe 20, 30. And they'll keep sprouting like babies or whatnot. So I might have a majority of them. But then she's very superstitious. And that came in one of the reads. And she's like, well, I don't want to say if you died. And then she's like, if you die, I die. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, if you die, I die. I was like, no, stop saying that. She's like, it's the truth. If you die, I will die. Like, I don't know if she meant like she'll take her own life. Like, she wouldn't want to survive. It's not like, oh, I'd be here lost without you. Like, she pretty much made it very clear. You die, I die. So I'm going to have to work on that because she was dead fucking serious. I'm telling you, this chick has been mothering me up my ass since the day she was born, which is fine. I love it. I love all my kids. You know, even my mom the other day, I went upstairs to make Caden a bagel, but she knows I was hurting. She's like, you know, he can do this himself. I'm like, but I'm that parent, and he's my last child that I can cater to. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. He'll still turn out to be a good man. He won't be codependent on me. And if he is a little bit, with like, can you come over and do some laundry? Guess what? Mama's coming over and I'm going to do some laundry. It's okay. It's not going to be every day taking care of him. He's pretty independent, but I'm just that mother. So I said that to my mother too. I'm just that mother. I enjoy making him food, like, and never look at it as a nuisance or it's just, but he's not going to learn to do things himself. Guess what? He will. When he decides to move out, he'll probably be with me for a while, but say his friend's like, hey, you want to move in? He's got a good job, you know, he's going to move in. He's going to know what to do. He's not an idiot. He will figure out how to fend for themselves, just like every other child in the world. I'm not holding him back by catering to him. And he does do his own laundry, and I don't cater to him as much as you think, but I will stop, get him a spoon, grab him cereal, make a bagel real quick. But again, that's the mom in me. I just don't like that Mia said, you die, I die. Because it feels like there's other kids here to live for. So please, I'm telling you right now, you are going to get through this, whatever this is. And it could be just really heavy and it's karmic. You feel alone. It's karmic. You've been an asshole. It's your consequences. It's karmic. That's okay. Learn from your mistakes. Move forward. It's not a big deal. And you might be getting a fucking dump load of karma right now, or a dump load of anxiety, or something overwhelming or overpowering. But you think there's nothing going on because all your focus is just on work, so you think you're good and comfy. That's just somebody who doesn't want to accept the change because everybody is going through it. Everyone. And it's just a matter of how this change is. And it's going to become stronger in the next couple of weeks. So, again, I don't have an 800 number for suicide, the National Suicide Hotline, but I will. National Suicide Hotline Prevention. You can text 988 or call 988. So it's no longer an 800 number. It's just 998 998. And this could be somebody you know that committed suicide. And this is already like happening, like the song. But there's other things to live for in the sense of there's things that make you happy. And again, mentally, I feel like I'm going to be there again. That's why I put my plants, closer plants over here. I put my tapestry up because I just got like a big bomb thrown at me and I don't quite want to accept it, but I have to. So I know I'm more overwhelmed. And the funny thing is, my mom, since I started taking medicine, I've been more depressed the last few weeks, she said. But it's not my medicine. It could happen with medicine, but it's not my medicine. I've just been overwhelmed the last 3 weeks because I'm realizing here we are 9 months in. Now they want to do another MRI on my lumbar back. They just did one on my hip. It's like the feeling was like, fuck, like Mingya, we got to do this all over again. Start from square one. And that's very frustrating when you've been in pain every single day for 8 months. It does take a toll on people. And again, like I know a lot about the brain, but I could also be in denial. So another reason why I considered like the talking about health on a new channel that Spirit was thinking I should probably put out there in regards to health, and we get through this challenge and struggle together, that people, what works for them, what doesn't. It's her daily advice. I don't know what I would name it. I forget what I said in the other video, but maybe just current health struggles and someone to talk to, because once again, this did not just happen out of like shit luck. Like, happened for a reason. It's written in my destiny, and that's what gets me to change. I really didn't think I'd be worse in 9 months, so that's upsetting. So sorry, peanut butter, and I think it's healthy to talk to people about things and what's bothering you and past things, and not in the sense of like a counselor, but I'm kind of glad that I kept that one around, even though we kept laughing. Like, do I need it? But again, I could be in denial. And I cried for a half hour with my mom the other day, and it's just like, I'm just overwhelmed. But at the same time, they ask me how I am every morning. I'm like, a little better than yesterday, but I don't complain about my pain, guys. So it feels like when I was talking to them lately, it's just like, oh, well, one diagnosis over the other. It's just one doctor's opinions. But no, all my doctors talk. It's like, and they've been saying this for a couple months now, and now it's clear that this is what it is. They've been looking for the signs the last few months, and out of nowhere, bam, it's right on time. Like, even, I hope I'm not boring you guys, but like, this is obviously mental health. Even, I don't remember what I was going to say. Oh, not that they don't believe me, but like, it's like different doctors, this and everything going on. It's overwhelming. But again, like, I don't share my pain. I don't feel like I'm a victim. I don't focus on my pain. I work through it. I keep my mind busy. It does, I do physical things that do cause more pain. But I can't just lay in bed, because then I'd be sitting there focused on my pain. And I do feel like for some of you, it's like, there's something with revenge here. Like I said, like, I would shoot a motherfucker. I'm not going to lie. You did that to my kid, you're dead. That's just me. And it could be wrong, could be right. It doesn't, who am I to say? The law would say, it was wrong. But, and they'll get what they deserve in prison, but I don't give a fuck. If I didn't have any other kids, I'm almost positive I would seek revenge. Now, died in a car accident from a drunk driver. I'm not going to take revenge. I'd be pissed. But if someone tortured my kid, killed my kid, that's a different story. They'd have a target on their back. So I do feel like this revenge is not worth it, though. You know, it's your mental health. And we have to accept things. Like, people going through karmic and things are probably going to fall apart. You know, like what I'm going through, it's not accepting my life is going to deteriorate or fall apart. Like, you can't have that mindset, guys. So whether you're angry at somebody, you want revenge, it's not just thoughts of like, oh, if I get with this person or if I let that person in, they're just going to play games. That's different. There's seriously something here with mental health, good or bad. And there's a jetliner. I keep getting a stealth bomber. Like, I keep getting pulled to planes. But there is a huge gust of this energy coming in, and it's multifaceted, I don't know what they're trying to say there. Because I'm also getting pulled to like, it's about life, different aspects, but I'm getting also pulled to like facets, like plumbing or mechanical work. Facets, right? So we all have to find our way out of this energy. And others, if you're not feeling this energy, it's going to hit you hard eventually. Big time. Within 7 days, the next 7 months will be karmic. And it's going to hit people huge. Oh, yeah? You're not going to slow down? All right. Maybe we take away some money. We play takeaway. So some of you need to talk about it. Some of you feel like, you're strong. It's like me. I don't complain about my pain, guys. People would never know how much pain I'm in unless I tell you. And it's not just, yeah. And then people are like, oh, well, you convince yourself to do this. No, fuck, I'm not an idiot. And then I get offensive. I know how the brain works. But again, I can be in denial. But I know when it comes to the pain and it, it's starting to affect me even driving, that's a lot to soak in. That's a lot to accept. Like, that's like being on options with cancer. That's a lot to accept. Your body deteriorating. That is a lot to accept. So some of you, that's like the mind is doing different things, focused on one thing when it should be other things, revenge when it shouldn't be revenge. This is a time where, you got to accept the consequences. There's a consequence for anything, good or bad. And you can get through this. Maybe this is your child being the Page of Wands that has already committed suicide or is thinking about it. And that would rock a mother's world. It would rock my world when Alana used to talk about, oh, I'm just going to kill myself. Oh my gosh. It's just heart-wrenching because you feel hopeless. And I'm like, literally one day I was on the phone with her and she said, I'm going to take my life. I was like, I literally used that word too. I'm like, motherfucker, you keep talking about taking your fucking life. I am going to come and pick you up and put you in a fucking home. Say it again to me. Watch what fucking happens. I think I called that motherfucker too. Like, because I had enough of it. Because it was almost like she was using it. Like, I don't think she would have took her life, but she was going through a lot too. But with her keep saying it, I was like, you're making me nervous. Like, I swear to God, I will call the cops right now. I will hang up and call the cops right now, and I will meet you at the fucking house. I'm not playing with you. And I know she was going through a lot. So was there like 20, 30% chance she would have? Possibly. But not right then. That she was more doing that to, like, I wouldn't say get my attention, but And I think I'm almost positive. I was like, motherfucker, you say that one more fucking time. And you really shouldn't talk to your kids like that. But it was like, she was starting to scare me. She went through blow-ups and she would go out in the car and fucking scream. It was like for like 2 weeks. I'm like, the neighbors are going to hear you, Alana. Keep it down. I don't give a fuck. Like, I was just like, okay. It was an energy that I couldn't control. It was an energy that she had to control. But it was to the point where she was making me fucking nervous. And I think I did even say motherfucker. Well, maybe I didn't, but I probably should have. But whatever I did scared her because she never said it again. So just know there's people to talk to. And this is mental health in many different facets. Yeah, see the sun with many different facets. Areas of life. Good or bad, it's all going to feel bad, you know. But like I said, she never did it again. She never apologized and she didn't have to. It was just, I'm here for you. Slow your roll, step the fuck back, and think about how you're acting right now. You've got to control your brain. And that was before I learned about the brain. So, oh shit. 8:30 already? We've been on for almost 2 hours? Holy shit. I guess this read is going to be continued. To be continued, troops. I gotta get in the shower. I gotta leave at 9. Wow, that went by fast. But there's some pretty important fucking messages here. And this has to be continued. I'm not going to rush through it. And if this hasn't hit yet, it's gonna. There's a surge of mental confusion. Confusion's been wanting to come out and I couldn't place it because it didn't seem like somebody else was causing the confusion. It was just brain fog. It's something like that. Cry for help. But I don't think there's a cry for help here. Like in her situation, yeah, maybe. But this is more toned down. Or this could be somebody seriously in your life that puts you down, wants you to be down. They want you to be submissive. They want your energy, you know, and, you know, it's just little things like that, karma. But I'm telling you, like, whether you're a parent going through this or you've already experienced something, like, I promise you, I'm going to get you through this. And I typically don't talk about stuff like this or because sometimes I'm like, I've already learned that. I'm not going there. You know, and it's not me being an asshole. It's just very overwhelming as a reader to repeat cycles and talk about them. And it's just, no. But I think that's why I think I have to do the other channel. But I'm telling you right now, like, regardless of how this is playing out for everybody, you have my side, then you have another side, you're going through it, or it already happened. Like, this is why I say, I promise I'm going to get you through this. And it's in a different way. It's motivation as well, how I would have other tactics that I didn't even purposely use a tactic for. It just happened to play that way. I just feel like I'm gifted with certain things when it comes to this, and I might as well go for it, because I would never want anybody committing suicide or even parents struggling, because that's just as heartbreaking. That's just as confusing. And again, like, you could have a child blaming you for why they try to commit suicide. Who knows? Because there's a blame game here too. And ultimately, could it be you or not? But if it is you, accept it and promise yourself you'll do better. And it's unfortunate that, you know, something like that went down, but it's also part of your destiny and your karma for you to get out of it, right? So, like, don't sit there and be like, it is my fault. Like, accept it. If there's a child doing that here with the Page of Wands, because it looks like a child could even be manipulating you or manipulating somebody else. I just saw the Hierophant. The best thing you can do is accept it. Don't take the blame. And if you know it's you, again, accept it. But find a way out. Be a better parent. A friend could be doing this. Let that friend go. You're a good friend. Like, however this is hitting people, I'm going to get you out. I'm going to get you through this. I feel like crying because I feel like somebody's going through this or already experienced this. Even I'm just hearing a friend. And one of my very close friends attempted it as well a few years back. And I say close, but I'm close to all my friends. I only got a handful of ones that we were loyal to each other. I just saw a pigeon, I think. Pigeon or a seagull. And that could be because I put beach things out with my rocks. It's the spirit saying it's a pigeon. Good morning. I'll be up in a couple minutes. I gotta jump in the shower. I'm just wrapping up YouTube. Spiritual meaning of a pigeon. Love, family, symbolizes love, family, home. Loyalty symbolizes loyalty, marriage. Spiritually, pigeons can represent evolution, transcendence, and release of the earth, sacrifice, motherhood, prophecies of good things to come, fertility, fortune of luck, love, action between lovers or beloved. Pigeons are also known to carry messages, especially during wartime, because they always know their way back home. So again, you're going to find your way back, okay? It might just take some time. And I went through that a few weeks ago, like I accepted, okay, it's just going to take some time. And then when you get new diagnoses, it's mind-blowing. Because now you have to accept things all over again. I feel like this would probably be, I just got like spiritual goosebumps and my whole head just started tingling when I said that. So your brain is listening to you. And again, I keep hearing like, we're going to get you through this, because it's stuck between a rock and a hard place here. And the approach here is extremely, I'm hearing symbolic, but important. And this has been coming through off and on for 3 months, 4 months, but just off and on. But I'd say in the last 3 weeks, it's been pretty potent. And there was a death that came out on the board, like good omen, bad omen, with members. And I don't know if it was going to be like a current death and it can be prevented, or an actual death that already happened. But the crow came in and the ravens, and then we found out it was a message about grackles. But it's typically a bad omen. But there was 2 birds on my 5 of Cups, and one was like a shadow and one was the bird. So it was kind of like needing to look into shadow work. That's going to be big. But only because this energy is coming up. So this is just heads up. There's always something that we're going through, but there's certain scenarios in your life that can get more intense, good or bad. And I think right now it's a lot of bad, and there needs to be acceptance behind it and a lot of self-love. And again, I keep hearing like I'm going to get you through this. So I guess I am going to do that other channel, guys, because it's going to hit everybody globally. And people that have been suffering with this stuff for years, maybe you're a caregiver and you can help in different ways. Like, because I just got pulled to like puzzles, but it's about you and about your energy and your ability to heal. But you also have to do that all in moderation, because that does take your energy from you. And people don't realize that. Like readers, if we're reading it the right way, I'm not an average reader. These take a lot of energy out of me. But this is the second confirmation I just got about the channel. And the first was just yesterday. So people can share their experiences. I'm sure there'll be a lot of newcomers. But there's something about it that just seems like dire need. Like it needs to start. So maybe I'll set that channel up when I get home. And I want to say yesterday, I did say that maybe I'll start this week. Oh, and I did say members, I was going to pull you an oracle every day too. So I got to get to that too. An oracle card, a regular card, and then there was something else. All right, to be continued. Oh, so when I get home, I'm going to do this. So maybe later tonight I'll create the channel. Oh my God, here we go. It's like, I feel like that's my mom too. You do so many things and you can't finish. And it's like, well, because my brain used to be able to finish these things. And I had to accept that too, that I'm still on week 6 or 7, rearranging things in my room. And like, that was meant for me to it's got to hit court, like it's not like that anymore. I could rearrange an entire fucking house in one day. And I'd be determined I wouldn't stop until it was done. Every little thing. I would only leave minor things behind to tweak the next day. So I didn't notice that for 6 fucking weeks, guys. And I'm just noticing it now. Because it's something I didn't want to accept. So yeah, to be continued. I love you. I'll see you shortly. Before noon. Bye, guys.